Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
As always, the Ramble is sponsored by Action Coach Sheffield. If you're a growing business and you want support to continue that growth, they are the people to speak to. Thank you for joining the team for their continued support for the Ramble. And today's Ramble is also sponsored by V&B Auto Centres at Handsworth. They're still offering that fantastic deal of 50% off your next MOT when you let them know you're a Rambler. Thank you again to Aaron and the team for their support. What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I'm, of course, Jimmy, and this is a ramble that I never thought would happen, if I'm honest. I never thought I would be on here saying this. From the toaster video, the famous toaster video that you'll see here.
What's happening, Blades? So, I've been threatening to do this for ages, and it's here now, so I hope you like it. It's a new Blades channel where we're going to focus on all things Blades.
It wasn't actually a toaster, just for anybody that did wonder. So the 4th of September 2022 was the first Blades Ramble that I uploaded. I'm always talking about Sheffield United with my family, and we're always going back and forth. And really, I had no Sheffield United mates because I live in West Yorkshire. All my mates are Leeds, like I talk about a lot on the channel. And I remember seeing Ingud Nick walking into Triple Point. Didn't know him at the time. And I said to my dad, I could do what he does, you know. I could definitely do what he does. He said, well, why don't you? Why aren't you doing it? And it was like a light bulb, really. And at the time, I'd lost my mum in the June, and I was really close to my mum. It's not going to be one of those videos, but just so you know a little bit of the backstory, I was really close to my mum, and she'd always encouraged me to just go after, you know, take the chance, do it, go for what you believe in and what you enjoy. So I thought I'm gonna do it, and I needed something to distract me at the time because I was not in a good place, understandably so. So I started this channel, and I cannot tell you how it's changed my life completely. I've been through a roller coaster of emotions personally with different things that have been happening, but the one constant that kept me going has been the Blades Ramble. And I've made mistakes along the way. I have called people out who were unnecessarily derogatory about us and our commenters and subscribers. I have said things that I shouldn't have said and things like that. I'm not perfect by any means. I really struggled coming to terms with online stick. I think I like to think, and we always try and promote a channel where we're respectful of each other, and no matter how different your opinions might be, we'll respect everybody's opinion because you're entitled to it and you're not wrong. It's an opinion. So this is a platform where people can come on and have their say without the fear of being judged. And I, in the early days, really struggled with people that were attacking me personally and attacking my character just because I was coming on and having an opinion about Sheffield United. Unfortunately, you'll always get that in certain corners of the internet, and that's just facts that I've had to become accustomed to. I block people like that out now because I just think some people, a very small minority, are negative for negative's sake. But the vast majority of people I have had interactions with about this channel has been incredible. The people I have met, and I don't just mean people that have led to opportunities for us to grow. I mean people in our WhatsApp group, people who comment on our streams, people who stop us in not just me, Man Mountain, Dave the Nose, all the Ramblers when we're all together, people who stop us and have a chat with us because we're like-minded people. We're just blades with an opinion, aren't we? And it's incredible how far we've come. We're now well over 5,000 subscribers. If you're looking at per video statistics, we are the most watched Sheffield United channel on the platform. I'm now friends with Ingud Nick and Hal and Ollie and the lads that I've always shot to be in the same conversation as. I've loads of people I want to acknowledge, but this is a huge day for me, a huge day. I started off filming on my iPhone, and it was at the kitchen table, and I used to stack boxes, like my wife's decorative boxes, if you like, that are in the living room, and try and balance it. I'd put a chair up so it'd have something to lean on, and I recorded myself, no microphone, no camera. I just used my iPhone to record and upload straight to YouTube. And some of the earlier edits were not great, and these are things you learn along the way. I filmed on my iPhone for ages, and then my dad is mates with Mick Pyra, who's the dad of Richard Pyra, the Yorkshire cricketer. And Rich Pyra had done a podcast, a cricket podcast previously that were no longer operating. So that were donated to me. I think my dad gave him a little bit of something for it, or he were going to do anyway. The pals. So I don't know how they worked it out, but my dad got this microphone for me. So that was my first bit of official kit. Did I have a clue how to use it? Did I heck? I didn't know how to plug it in. I didn't know how to link it up to your video or your phone. I could no longer then use the phone, so I had to use the webcam on the laptop. It was just all over the place, and you learn as you go. I'm still using now a free editing program to do 90% of my editing. A lot of the time we're just live anyway, so it don't need a lot of edits. It's been an incredible journey. And Michael J. Needham, one of our ramblers, kindly donated a brilliant camera, which I still use today, to the Ramble, to just because he wanted to help us upgrade our quality. Unbelievable generosity. So yeah, as time goes on, the Ramble starts to gain some momentum. We set up a Patreon, and we've now got over 100 Patreon backers, and it's absolutely unreal where we've gone and where we're going. And it's been a team effort. And I get that I'm probably the most consistent face that you see on camera on the Ramble, but we've introduced others as well. Man Mountain, Dave the Nose, Dry Bry, Jord Motson, loads, Jamie Dumpling, Liam, they're all, Ricky. I could tell you they're all coming on now, and it's great because we are like one big team together. And I love the community that we've built, and that's the thing I'm most proud of about the Ramble. But the most fortunate thing for me is it's become self-sustainable. So we come to the big news about the channel, and that is something I never thought I'd say. It's now going to be my full-time gig. I have today resigned from my paid job, who have been incredible about it, and they're a really good company to work for. But I am now all in on the Blades Ramble. And I mean, I will talk in more detail about this probably at a later date. But the thing you need to know is I will be committing all my time when I'm not with my family to the Ramble. And that is so exciting as we continue to plow on and push out as much quality content as we can. There will be more shows coming. There'll be more offerings for Patreon subscribers and those that back us. And this is only possible because of those that have backed the channel. And I'm talking primarily, first and foremost, about the Ramblers, but also I want to thank Prince Abdullah, not only for what he's done for our football club, but also for what he's done for me personally and for this channel. He's done an awful lot more for this channel than anybody will know. And, you know, pulling back the curtain, you're not supposed to talk about stuff like this because it could be seen as bias. I wouldn't expect anybody else to talk as openly about this, but that's what this channel is about. I always tried to be unbiased when talking about Prince Abdullah, but I was fortunate enough to have his perspective on things, so I could always give reasoning, even if I didn't agree with it or you guys didn't agree with it. I always felt we were given a fair reflection of what was going on. And I thank Prince Abdullah for his trust in me and all the support he's given me and the opportunities that are in front of me now, thanks to Prince Abdullah. So I'm fortunate to call him a friend, and he's, along with many of you, he's also a subscriber to the channel. So hello, Prince Abdullah, and thank you very much. John Asquith, business coach at Action Coach Sheffield. I want to say a huge, huge thank you to John. Without John, I wouldn't be able to do this. And not only is he a very, very generous bloke in terms of his time, very clever bloke, he's the best business coach you could wish for. And he has guided me, not only supported the channel by sponsoring us, but he has guided me and helped me in difficult decisions throughout when I've been not knowing what to do. I'm a layman when it comes to business. I'll be honest, I would never have considered a business coach, particularly as a startup, a small business that it was a side hustle for so long. But without John, I would not be now making this a full-time gig. If anybody, and I genuinely mean this, I'm not being told to, certainly he won't ask me to. But if anybody that's starting a small business or wants some advice in how to get on and what decisions to make and just a mentor, really, I cannot recommend Action Coach Sheffield enough. They've been brilliant and without John, I wouldn't have been introduced to Aaron and the team at B&B Auto Centres, who again are another fantastic supporter of the channel. I wouldn't have contact with High Point Access Limited, further sponsors of the channel and great support. Wellstone Landscapes have come on because Paul was a Rambler and he wants to support the channel. So it's very much appreciated. And these people, along with the Ramblers, and you who watch, because every view counts, every subscription counts, every view counts. However you contribute to the channel, it is so appreciated because, like I say, it all counts towards helping us grow and helping us get that message out. Finally, I want to thank my family. Not just my dad, who is the whole reason I'm a Blade, is Andy the Blade. Not only is he channel royalty, and he will be back, by the way. He's off jet setting all the time, but I've booked him in for the transfer deadline day show. So you are getting your Andy the Blade fix. Don't worry, he will be back. But also Eki Out Sal, who comes to the vast majority of games with us. Layman Dave, who hardly ever comes to games with us anymore. But I always not just bounce my opinions off him, but speak to him about what I should be doing next and is it the right thing that I'm doing this? And obviously the backbone of the Ramble is Mrs. Ramble and my girls. So without their support and their backing to do this, I wouldn't have done it. And Mrs. Ramble is the most patient partner I could ask for. She loves the effects that the channel has on me personally. Funny facts that I wasn't actually going to touch on, but this is just an honest conversation that I had. My girls have just turned 9 years old. I've got twin girls, and everything I do is around them. And as a responsible parent, I always try and make sure everything is secure. So I've always had focus on security and never really backed myself. I just needed to keep that income coming in. But the 9, and I thought, I just want to get their take on this. And if something, if I do change direction, I want them to have some sort of understanding. So I had an honest conversation with them at bedtime the other night, both of them. And I said, girls, if Daddy was in a job that he wasn't really enjoying anymore, but it was really well paid, and we could do lots of things like go on lots of holidays and enjoy ourselves and have lots of nice things, but Daddy wasn't super happy doing it all the time, or he gets the chance to do a job that makes him really happy, but we might not have as much money. We'll still have great Christmases and birthdays, but we won't have as much money to spend on different things. What do you think the best thing for Daddy would be? And both of them said, Daddy, we want you to be happy. We want you to be super happy, and you should definitely go with the happy job instead of the money job. And as obviously I'd already sort of half made my mind up, and Mrs. Ramble was the one that I'd been listening to anyway, who'd been saying the same thing to a degree. But hearing it from your 2 9-year-olds that are basically just saying, look, we're not bothered about, and they don't understand the full context. I understand that, but something made me ask them, and that was their answer. And I'm super proud of them, and I am taking their advice. And I am so grateful to everyone that's been involved. It's unbelievable to think that I am doing now my dream job, and I'm getting to talk to you guys about Sheffield United. This is not, by the way, the news that I was teasing with the teaser videos where Sheffield United and the Ramble are coming together. There'll be more news about that in the next few weeks. But this is, I cannot thank every one of you enough for your support for the Ramble. And this will mean you're seeing more of this going forward, because we are going to be introducing a new show, and it's going to be called The Day After Tuesday. On that day of the week, it'll be a weekly show. We're going to see how it goes. I'm going to trial it. What I don't want to do, and I've always said this, I don't want to put out content for content's sake. So we're not just going to have a new weekly show that's there and not have anything to talk about. If it comes out that there's not really the topics to cover, then we'll go in a different direction to that show particularly. But all your favourites are staying, 90 after 90, the warm-up will be live with any breaking news on the Ramble. On the Patreon offer, we'll be keeping the 3 Mardy Blades and Hot Topic going. Thank you to everybody who's made this possible. I can't tell you how over the moon I am about it, and it's all thanks to you and the Ramble community that's allowed me to do it. So, yeah, keep on rambling, keep it ramble. Whatever taglines you want to come up with, buy the merch, please. If anybody wants to sponsor the channel, then you're more than welcome. But we're taking a leap of faith here because we believe in the channel and we love our football club. And I think it's proven that we're able to do this. I'm over the moon about it. Absolutely over the moon. So thank you once again. Come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blade!